What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be taking on the Pokemon Showdown Best of 3 ladder using Terapagos. I think really playing against and getting reps with Terapagos is really important in this early format just because, well, the Calyrex forms, we're pretty familiar with how to use those Pokemon. Groudon and Terapagos are entirely new tools. They have a lot of new mechanics that we're not used to dealing with. So I think getting games with multiple different types of Terapagos teams and just seeing that can be really helpful. So today I have 3 different teams. I feel like these are going to be pretty similar to how Terapagos teams develop throughout the metagame. First, we have a choice spec set. This one's interesting. It has no attacks, but you could substitute Hyper Beam in here. And essentially, the focus of this team is just to use Chi-Yu's Beads of Ruin and Tornadus' Tailwind to get the Terapagos in a position to go for really strong Terra Star Storms and Sweep. And that's pretty typical for most of the choice specs Terapagos teams. You're going to have Tailwind and you're going to have Chi-Yu. Sometimes you'll have a Flutter Mane with Fake Tears, Icy Wind supported outside of Tailwind, but that is generally how you're going to see it. This last team is really just a good showcase of all the different tools that Terapagos typically uses outside of the Urshifu Rapid Strike with Choice Scarf, which just offers an alternative offensive option for the team that isn't the Terapagos. We do have, again, a Calm Mind set with Terra Star Storm and Earth Power. That's going to be the generally most common set. Leftovers, which pairs really well with Rillaboom's Grassy Terrain healing, so you can essentially take some chip and then after a couple protects, get back to full HP and reset up your Terra Shell, which is really awesome. And then these are the most common supports you'll see with the Terapagos. It's important to, I think, get games with them and just figure out how they want to be playing so that you don't really just get pivoted around when you're using a team against Terapagos. But then Scream Tail is kind of a more niche one, but really cool. If anyone's trying to fake out Cycle on you, you can Encore Disable, 4 switches that way, or if something tries to protect in front of you, Encore Disable, once again, is just a very disruptive Pokemon that demands attention when you really want to be focusing on the Terapagos. So you can put opponents in a bit of a bind that way. If you want to try any of these teams, I have in the description the Pokepaste with all of their EV spreads. Definitely take those on the Pokemon Showdown ladder yourself. If any of these have a rental code, I believe actually this one I do have a rental code with. I'll flash that on the screen right now. But yeah, with all that being said, I think we will start with the Tailwind option and then pivot away to the more defensive cores a little bit later on in the video. So hope you guys enjoy. Please subscribe if you do, if you find this as a helpful resource to watch. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get into the battles now. All right, up against Bub the Man with Terrifier, Groudon, that's good. If I can force a Terra out of that with a Rillaboom Woodhammer, I'm in a good shape, just because I can go for Terra after that. But I do like Rain Dance Torn a lot against everything, but yeah, with the Urshifu, if I get Tailwind up and Rain Dance, I'm kind of cooking everything but the Raging Bolt, which is cool. Snarl on this set seems pretty strong. This is one situation where I might want to be timid, just so I'm outspeeding the Urshifu guaranteed, but not the case here. I like Terapagos or Chi-Yu lead. I could go Fake Out as well, just to put some pressure on my opponents, and I think I might do that. Well, this is pretty strong too. Torn Chi-Yu could be strong. I do have a lot of variability with Protect. I feel like Terapagos has to come here, and I will go Lastmon. Rillaboom, Terra Fire would be annoying. I have a bit of a Raging Bolt problem right now, so what am I going to do about that? I could knock off the Assault Vest to weaken it, and I think I might go for that. But I also need a switch in for the Groudon, so I'm going to force the Groudon to Terra with that. Yep, there is the Raging Bolt. That's totally fine. I can pretty safely double Protect if I want to. Or switch to Rillaboom and then go for Fake Out Snarl the next turn, which is kind of tempting, and I think I will go for that. Oop. Protect. Switch. Actually, Volt Switch is pretty likely from them. I don't love that option. That would actually be really annoying. I think preserving Protect is good, though. They're probably just going to knock off a switch. Yeah, I'm going to switch into the Rillaboom and Protect. Okay, we're going to get the Protect off. They are going to Volt Switch and probably double switch out. That's annoying, but we do at least get Fake Out pressure on the board if they didn't Fake Out that. They do not, they knock off. But like I said, we do now have a Woodhammer into that slot, or just a straight Heat Wave, and I think I will just go Fake Out Heat Wave. They are Terra Ghost, but they won't love taking a Heat Wave, and I think Terra Ghost actually would be inadvisable from them. Yeah, we're going to get the Fake Out Heat Wave, which does a ton of damage. And I think Heat Wave, I could Overheat, knock out the Ensign. I don't think that's necessary yet. I think Flare Blitz isn't easily a knockout from them, unfortunately. I think I'm going to go Heat Wave, deal some damage, and then I feel like a Woodhammer knocks out the Ensign. And I'm just trying to get rid of the Incineroar or tap a lot of damage onto the switch in, because Yeah, they have a free switch in on the Groudon. But if I can deal with the Incineroar, then I can deal with their Fake Out cycling, and we get a pretty burn on the Raging Bolt, which is nice. So yeah, I feel like Chi-Yu is really well primed in the metagame right now for reasons like that, just doing a ton of damage without a lot of counterplay outside of the Urshifus, honestly. But now we have Woodhammer Snarl. I think Raging Bolt can do Draco, but it's not going to do that much damage. So I think I will go for that. Yep, there's the Fire type. But that's totally fine because now we get the our pretty speedy Terapagos in. And we outsped with Rillaboom, which should... we're actually pretty speedy on Rillaboom. I need to confirm the speed tiers, though. I could get rid of Grassy Terrain, which would be cool, but I do feel pretty primed to win the game with Terapagos late now. Protecting on Chi-Yu is maybe a misplay, but they're not really boosted up on the Groudon, so I don't feel that worried just yet. I think I can just Heat Wave Starstorm, and I knock out Groudon if they don't attack, and if they do, I take Rillaboom. Rather, if they fake out the Terapagos, yeah, they're going to do a lot of damage, but I'll knock out their Rilla, at which point I feel like Terapagos is a clean win against them. Yeah, they're going to switch out, so I'm getting rid of Grassy Terrain, but they'll be able to reset Sun, which is annoying for the damage on Raging Bolt. Oh, but they just give me that. That's totally fine. Because yeah, like I said, forcing the Terra early in the game on the Groudon makes this late game very easy for me. In fact, I should just be able to go for Snarl, switch. And I'm doing this just to, well, I don't need to do that. Let me check my Rillaboom speed. Rillaboom is 118, so I will outspeed them. I don't have to switch out. Yeah, Thunderclap doesn't do enough. Big damage with the Snarl, and it wasn't a risk because I knew that the Woodhammer outsped them. I guess, no, I'm faster than my Rillaboom, and worst case it was a speed tie with the Groudon, so executed that well, I think. At this point, the Chi-Yu is probably pretty present on their mind. It was just a really difficult issue for them to handle. But if I can deal with the Groudon, that's fine. I want to answer that Raging Bolt quickly. I think I could go... I think Tailwind Chi-Yu is pretty consistent. Even though the Torn didn't end up coming, it was difficult for them to answer. Last Mon could be a whole lot, but I think I could see Urshifu to an extent. But Rillaboom was quite valuable as well. Enforcing the Terra, I think I'm going to go for that again. Urshifu comes out, which is totally fine. I'm Covert Cloak, so I can go for a free Bleak Wind here. And honestly, Terra Ghost Bleak Wind is like not bad. They're probably going to Terra Dark is the issue, which should be okay. I think I can just go for, yeah, Bleak Wind. Bleak Wind, on Focus Sash. Do I have to make this play? I think they might honestly attack into the Chi-Yu and protect Urshifu, so with that in mind, I'm going to Bleak Wind protect. They could fake out close combat, in which case that'd be a little annoying because I had a double knockout on the field, but I also think that might be not the most likely thing. I think a protect from Urshifu is likely, yeah, so they could break down my Focus Sash and then knock it out next turn. Ooh, they're going to Parting Shot the Incin, so I had a Heat Wave. That's interesting. I am hitting a little weaker, but you see the damage output being non-negligible from the Beads of Ruin. Raging Bolt, that's fine. Now they have close combat into me. I think I want to set up Tailwind for my Terapagos now and go for a Snarl. Yeah, that feels good. Yep, they're going to switch out, so Snarl ends up being the right play, I think. And they're Volt switching around, which is okay. We deal valuable chip to the Raging Bolt. Anything at this point is... Everything's getting really close to range for the Terapagos to take a knockout, so I'm feeling good about this. I just have to preserve my Terra and not just lose patience and go for a Terra Dark. Or Terra... Go for the other Terra option, essentially. I don't want to let them just take a knockout, so I think I may go Heat Wave Switch. Can they take a double knockout this turn? No. As long as I hit Bleak Wind, I should be fine. Yeah. This should be okay. They're going to protect again. Okay. They Flare Blitz and knock themselves out. I am super fine with that that sequence. They could go Rillaboom here, which I think Terra Ghost is looking really strong for me. Yeah. Raging Bolt, that's super fine, because I should just be able to go for Snarl, Terra Starstorm, not take a ton of damage, and maximize my accuracy. Don't have to go for the Heat Wave, and anything on switch in should get really close to folding, if not get in range for a Grassy Glide. Outside of Rillaboom, of course, but given they don't have a lot of protects on the board, this is like an ideal spot for the Terapagos and Tailwind. I think we got into a good spot here. Sucker Punch plus Thunderclap's not going to get close. Yeah, and we knocked that out and lower the special attack. Groudon last, and then this pretty much guarantees. Snarl did how much? Not a knockout yet. I think Snarl Heat Wave would do more. Heat Wave is 95 times... They're both stabs, so we ignore the 1.5. So 1.5, a little less than 150 divided by 2. I think Heat Wave's stronger, so I'm going to go for that and a switch out. Yep, there's the Thunderclap. If we hit this, we're winning. Yeah, cool. That ought to do it. They never Terra, did they? No, it doesn't look like it. I think we can get around the accuracy. Yeah, they just forfeit. Good game to them. I think we did a good job of just getting our Terapagos in solid spots against them, and they didn't obviously have any resists for the Terapagos, and I think just knowing that Focus Sash Chi was a pain for them to clear out, playing a bit defensive on the first turn and not giving them any free just double ups into it with Fake Out plus a knockout without getting a lot in return, in the case of like Bleak Wind doing a ton of damage to the Urshifu and the Incin, was, I think, pretty pivotal in that battle. This looks like, yeah, the team, or at least very close to the team that got first place in the Victory Road Spring Tour. This one got top 4, so maybe actually played in finals regardless. Dark Pulse Chi would be way better than Snarl in this situation, but at least we can lock the Pelipper down to have to go for Wide Guard. I think that's valuable. Terra Starstorm. Single target's pretty good as well. Yeah, that could be super valuable. I honestly think Urshifu of our own is not bad here as a lead. It just forces some defense out of them. But I think I will just go Chi-Yu Terapagos. And probably Fake Out Incin in the back and then Urshifu. Yeah, they lead double Fake Out, which is totally fine. I can Terra Ghost and Heat Wave, which I'm tempted to do, or just Overheat. They might protect though. Maybe I want to call that out. Terra Ghost just gives them free Starstorms, which I don't love. See how high they are. 1371. I feel like this is an easy protect. And if they switch, is that okay? It's not great. I feel like it's an obvious play here, so I'm just going to protect. Yeah, they end up parting shotting. Oh, that almost knocked out. I could have knocked out with Heat Wave. That's really good to know. That's incredible damage output. So if they switch in Pelipper, they're kind of in a weird spot because I can actually Terrastalize, and even though they will be able to Wide Guard, I'll take away their rain and be able to knock them out with Overheat. Yeah, that's a good calc to know that I could have just Snarled and knocked them out. Ooh, good call. Good call. Surging Strike's obviously going to knock me out here, but I think I could just knock them out in exchange. I don't think... I definitely won't live the Surging Strike, unfortunately. So that was a good play. I kind of want to leave their Choice Scarf Urshifu on the field. And go for Heat Wave, I think is good. Ooh, they U-turn. Interesting. Oh, that's a really smart play, actually. So I couldn't actually Terrastalize. Oh, yikes. Really good burn for me, but I think they should have just gone for Trick Room there. So that works out really well because now I can just Snarl, Terra Starstorm, and another attack won't knock me out. If they don't even bite, we take the double knockout. So that was pretty lucky on the burn. We would have gone a lot lower on the Terapagos, but I think the U-turn switch into Pelipper was really smart if they go for Trick Room in that turn, because they get around me going for Terapagos, Terrastellar, and get up Rain anyways to resist the the fire type moves. At this point, I can just go for Snarls and I think close the game out. If I can just deal a little bit of damage to the Urshifu, we should win. And I don't have to take away Rain because it's actually benefiting my Ursh. Just check they're not Terrago. Oh, they are Terraghost. I think if they do that, I should just win with Surging Strike regardless. Yep, there's the CC, so we're going to get a high value Snarl, I think. And they CC'd. So we should be able to go Fake Out Snarl again. Knock them to Aqua Jet range or something. Yeah, we'll just go this. I don't think we have to mess around that much. Just knock you out and go for a... I think Terraghost actually denies them a opportunity to see my switch, so I'm going to go for that. I guess if they had crit that, it would have been trouble if we miss as well. But yeah, that's all good. The burn was pretty lucky. Let's see how we can adjust. I think Chi was a threatening lead. Knowing how much damage the Terapagos does, that's very valuable as well. And yeah, I'm just going to lead it again. I think Ensign did have to come in the back, and then Urshifu was I do like having a switch into Icicle. The Icicles. They could Fake Out me. I think I'm just going to go for Starstorm Heatwave again. This time I'm going to Terra in case they Fake Out, which they do. They bite. If we hit this, we win. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where delaying the Terraghost in the game 1 comes in, where they just predicted it turn 1, they played defensive, and we were a little bit ahead in that war. Just looking at their ranking, we're like, okay, this player's seems pretty competent. They've won a bunch of games, no reason to just mess around. So now we do just get Snarl hit into this, and if they don't bring Goldango in, they kind of just lose, I think. Okay, Pelipper goes for the Protect, trying to maybe stall for a late game wide guard, but we just knock out the Ensign, and yeah, they forfeit. Looking back on that game, I feel like the Calyrex mind games are a little difficult. If Trick Room ever goes up, I'm in a lot of trouble, even with Incineroar, so not a total fan of that matchup. I think it's probably requires some finesse. And if they had led a little stronger into my Chi-Yu, for example, lead the Urshifu more consistently, I think I could have ran into some trouble. Okay. Interesting Kyogre team with Assault Vest. It's very bulky. Triple Axle, Queenly Majesty, Serenas are going to be blocking any Fake Out, which is annoying for these guys. This is Grass Terra, but we can kind of tank hits on the Rillaboom, so that's valuable. Hurricane, Jugulis, that's super scary. I actually like this a lot. This is a cool team. Life Orb, Electroshot, Stalwart, so ignoring Rage Powder is very cool. So I feel like Snarl gets me some mileage here, but Urshifu gets me a lot of value overall. Terapagos as well, very good. I think Tailwind is going to be my main focus here. I want to go after the Iron Jugulis as well if I can. Maybe just close combat the Kyogre for a turn, that could be good too. Then Backmon's going to be Terapagos, and I want to say something to handle the Urshifu, so Rillaboom. Yep, Jugulis plus that. I do just like clicking Bleak. I do just like hitting Bleak Wind plus close combat. Excuse me. But I could also Tailwind. I think I'll go Tailwind close combat. Deal some good damage to the Kyogre, and knock it in range for the Terapagos in the back. Although I could go after this. No, I think I need the damage so that I live a Water Spout, which might be coming here. I could Surging Strike. I think I will. Yep. No, just Tailwind close combat. Take the damage. Yeah, they go for that, so I could have gone for Bleak Wind. But I do just like the damage into the Kyogre. They do get Tailwind up. We can protect out of that, and Hurricane's probably a KO into us, unfortunately. But they can't take both. They can't get us both, which is valuable, so I'm going to go for close combat again. They go for Hurricane there, and we knock them out with close combat. So that's what I was hoping to happen. And now they do have Choice Scarf, but... Ooh, this could be cool. So if they outspeed their Urshifu with Snarl, they can Snarl my Terapagos and then break my Terra Shell first, which would be kind of a problem, actually. So I'm going to go Rillaboom with that in mind. This is a cool set. I like that set a lot on the Iron Jugulis. It's super strong with Kyogre. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might just have to bait out the... Oh, Serena is an interesting call. I had a very free switch there then. I think I'm just going to switch out U-turn... U, and then go for... Triple Axle's probably a KO, actually. Yeah, they double up and get me, unfortunately, but maybe I win with Terapagos now? I want to say that I do. It's going to be close. Yeah, so they doubled into the Urshifu, or the Rillaboom slot, which makes sense. I didn't get my U-turn off, but I could have gone for another close combat. I forgot I'm not Choice Scarf, actually, on this team. Regardless, this does feel like I just go for this play. Close combat. There's a Protect from the Urshifu. They Power Whip the Terapagos as well. Interesting. They have to hit a Hurricane here, or a Power Whip. Wow, that Snarl was really effective. This Iron Jugulis is definitely a pain for Terapagos. I actually really like their team. Like a whole lot. It's really cool. I think I just have to dodge an attack here, unfortunately. They made a good read there. Otherwise, I could have just gone for Protect this turn. Maybe I double Protect. If I get that and they Tailwind, I don't really get anywhere. Yeah, I think I just have to dodge an attack. I do not. Good game. So figuring out how to answer this Iron Jugulis is going to be a tough call. I don't think we have a lot of tools for it. Like, it can Snarl the Chi-Yu. I can't do a lot of damage that way, which is important for sure. And they can get Tailwind up, so I can't just sit in and hit them when they Water Spout. Like, I can't let them go Tailwind Water Spout and go for Bleak Wind, because I'll just get knocked out on my Torn, I think. Origin Pulse. I think I might live a Water Spout. It's possible. Non-zero chance. I think I'm going to lead the same thing to force the same play. It might be a little weird, but I also like it as a play. I think I need Rillaboom and Terapagos in the back. Yeah, I think I just have to play it better. And go for a... Is Thunder going to knock me out? Maybe? I probably just go the same play, though. Except this time I Bleak Wind and Surging Strike the Jugulis. Yep. If I hit the Bleak Wind and I don't get knocked out by Spout. Okay, we dodged the Pulse. We lived that before, though. So I don't feel that bad. And we knocked out the Jugulis, and now we get Tailwind up. So that works out very nicely. If they're max speed Serena, they don't outspeed Ursh, which makes things a little easier. Because I should just be able to protect here. Should I double protect? I think so. Just to get the Tailwind advantage against the Urshifu later on in the game. Yep, and now we go Tailwind. They could Thunder me, and they probably should. How much damage do I need on the Kyogre? Not a lot. Because I can pressure that, so I think I do just need damage onto the Serena for the Terapagos to knock it out. Yep, we take that, and now we should just be able to go for a Woodhammer Starstorm, I want to say, should get us there. And we have enough Tailwind turns to make this work. We take away Rain as well, but we take away our own grassy terrain, which might not be ideal, but is probably still workable. Yep, clicked a little too fast. We did confirm we were faster than both of their Pokemon. Yeah, that's Adamant Serena then. So that works out. Kind of a weird mind game where they can snarl, or they can just Hurricane my Urshifu, which is a problem for sure. Yeah, that's a big problem. I kind of cheesed a game there. I think they have the advantage here, but we're going to have to make a read. So they could go for that same play. They could just call me not to make this play. Go for a Water Spout or something. Hope they knock me out, which Origin Pulse is it's so much weaker. They can Hurricane my Urshifu. Yeah, bad spot, bad spot. I did opt into it, so gotta play it out. I think I like Tailwind Surging Strike. Yeah, they don't call it. We're gonna get the Surging Strike, and that should knock out. Yeah, we get the roll. So that's really good. They don't get Tailwind up, and now we have the Terapagos if we want it, which should, in combination with... yeah, Tailwind just makes this way easier, honestly. Because I can just knock out that right slot and then sweep the Kyogre with Terapagos in the late game. I could force a Terra here, but I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, Serena comes out. This is just Starstorm, I want to say. Close combat? Should be good. Yeah, we'll always drive them in range. Yeah, that knocks out. Now a Woodhammer plus Stellar Starstorm should knock them out. I should probably EV my Terapagos on a team like this to outspeed Scarf Jolly Urshifu and Tailwind. Right now I'm only EV'd for Adamant by a couple of points. But I feel happy about how we turn this around. Like in a matchup like this where it feels like they just have a perfect tech, which honestly this is a really cool Iron Jugulis. I think that's a very intelligent option against a lot of options in the metagame that Tornadus doesn't offer you. When you're up against a matchup like this where you feels like they just have a tool that's really difficult for you to beat, you sometimes do just have to force those early quote-unquote 50-50s, just force them to pick a high commitment option, and if they get it right, I mean, you're probably going to lose the matchup by them just grinding you out slowly anyways, but if they get it wrong, then you could just win that way. So now we have Tailwind up. I think this should just be Starstorm Woodhammer, and they shouldn't be able to live if they go for a Terra. So they Terra the Urshifu, and we outspeed. Yeah, so good game to them. They're pretty high on the ladder, like in the top 500, which is where we're at right now, so pretty happy with that win. Definitely very difficult to sneak that off their Iron Jugulis. Okay, super hyper offensive with Calyrex and a pretty high ranked opponent. Their choice specs, okay, gotta watch out for that. I can override their terrain, which is cool. Helping Hand, Urshifu, very cool. Been seeing a lot of interesting fourth moves on Ursh lately. Follow Me Trick Room, wasn't going to set that up anyways. I do feel like Tailwind Chi Yu's quite strong though. For sure. I will have to commit an Overheat if the Mienshau's on the field, but that's not the end of the world. I think Torn's almost mandatory. Raging Bolt's quite annoying. I could lead Urshifu and I'm leaning. Nah, if they lead Tailwind plus Raging Bolt, I'm done for. Yeah, I got to deal with that Urshifu if I can. Urshifu CC is kind of hard for this team to switch into. I think Rillaboom has to come for that reason. Just determining my lead. I'm not sure if this is a good Terapagos bring, honestly. But that Raging Bolt's just so threatening. Okay, that's kind of interesting, because I should have Tailwind Overheat in that slot. They actually don't have a lot of great counterplay. Overheat is a roll to knock out, most likely, so I'm going to go for that. They have great switch-ins. It doesn't really look like it to me. Yeah, they wide guard, which is kind of... yeah, we just knock out. So that was really predictable of them. I'm not really sure what they were thinking. There's no way in the world I ever go for a... I'm either going for Protect, trying to stall a turn, but when I have the Overheat right there and I don't know how bulky your Calyrex is, I think that's a pretty safe play on my part. And now I have pretty solid opportunity to just go for it again. And they're probably scrambling if they have Indeedee in the back, because now I can freely go for more overheats. Urshifu Water. I will take a... who could be in the back? Close Combat. I doubt they go for that, but it's possible. I think I'm just gonna switch out. Preserve the Chi-Yu a bit. If they lock Close Combat, then I'm just getting them next turn, and they actually don't even go for the... If I had kept that in, I would have knocked them out, actually. That's interesting. So they Surge, but now I have this in, which I should probably be outspeeding Urshifu. Max speed, 149 times 1.5. Or actually, this is probably a better way to do it graphically. 244. Yeah, I should outspeed that. Oh, and we just win that battle. Yeah, I went away to do a calc, but looks like they were confident I would outspeed them. If they were Jolly and Urshifu, I actually would not have outsped them there. Adamant I do, though. So fair enough, but we're going to go to the next game. I think Chi-Yu was correct there. I like this option again, and then I didn't reveal much of my game plan. It's pretty obvious I have Terapagos in the back, but not sure there's a whole lot they can do about that. The only question is if I go another Pokemon. I think forcing them to lock... yeah, I just need damage into the Raging Bolt. That isn't... Yep, that makes sense. For sure. They can taunt me, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's really annoying, honestly. I guess I just go for Bleak Wind, and they're Surging Striking, so maybe I live, but I doubt it. They led well here. I should have led the other option, I think. So yep, they bite. We both go for Bleak Winds, but they miss my Rillaboom, which is super important because now I can freely go for a Woodhammer Tailwind. Yep. And they go for a Bleak Wind. They miss the Rillaboom again. I am pretty bulky on this one, but I think I'll probably run the calc. If they were Timid Max Speed, they had a chance to knock me out, or Timid Max Special Attack, but impossible to know if they were that or not. I think Indeedee in the back is still possible. But if it is that an issue? No, because I'd get the Woodhammer off still. Yeah, and if they lock Astral Barrage, that's okay, because I bring in Terapagos. Yeah, that is a KO, but I should just be able to bring in Terapagos now. And go for Stellar Starstorm. Should I preserve Terra Ghost? Potentially. Just knock that out, and I could switch to Chi-Yu. I don't think I should, because I just win the game if I knock this out, and it's Mienshao in the back. If it's not Mienshao, they're locked into Astral Barrage. They can follow me, which is an issue. I think I'm just going to Starstorm. Bleak Wind. Yeah, it's Mienshao, so I think we should be good. Have it, given that we didn't Terra there. Astral Barrage never breaks, so we can just go for Starstorm plus Terra Ghost Overheat, I believe. And that should be game. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about preserving that Tailwind, or that Terra, because I could have just been aggressive and gone for the Terra, in which case they can maybe close the Terra Shell is just really strong. But I think if they have Bleak Winded there, broken my armor, and then had Mienshao in the back, and I didn't have Terra Ghost left, I could lose, but at this point I just have to... maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, they tried to break Focus Sash. They knocked that out, but with the Stellar Starstorm I should be good. Yeah, we knocked them out. So I want to think about the end game a little bit more, but we should just knock them out with the Stellar Starstorm. So my idea there was, if they close combat, yeah, we have Terra Shell, so we live that pretty easily. And if they leave the Torn in and break our shell, then we knock out the Torn, at which case, if we hit our Overheat versus the Calyrex, we have Terra Ghost to just beat them no matter what. So I feel like that was played pretty well. And we just knocked them out to close it out for 3 on best of threes against our highest rated opponent yet. So pretty happy about that. Let's switch over to the Calm Mind sets. Okay, we have a hard Trick Room team with Calyrex Ice. That is our team. But we have Scream Tail, which is super cool. We are not Will-O-Wisp, unfortunately, but we are Taunt, which is probably even better here. They're SD. Frigoraph, we can just Taunt that, though. Which I'm a big fan of. I feel like Amoonguss, oddly enough, Amoonguss plus the Incin's a solid lead. Could also go for Calm Mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this and then Amoonguss in the back to handle the Calyrex if it goes for Trick Room at some point. And then I don't mind Scream Tail at all. I can late game disable stuff. So I do like this sort of team. It's a bit more conventional than the comfy one. Amoonguss Pollen Puff feels better in a lot of situations, especially against Trick Room teams, than the comfy. So they lead this, but we can just easily taunt that if we want to. But I feel like this is just taunt. Oh, they're Mental Herb. Ooh, didn't see that coming. So that's a problem, especially since we can't even redirect on that. They're going to Swords Dance, which is fine, but we get the taunt off, and now we can go for this and a Calm Mind. Terra Water doesn't matter, and we can disable them the next turn. They're protecting, which is chill. Chilling Nay, haha. Yeah, we're just going to go for this again, and honestly, it'd be good if they knocked out my Incin. It'd actually be excellent for me. Like, I'm really hoping they get a high horsepower off this turn. That would be super ideal. They do not bite for that. Maybe I could have Parting Shot into Amoonguss, but I don't think that's ever correct. Now they have a pretty solid pin with Close Combat. That's bad news for sure. Should I switch? Maybe? Probably. Hard Spot. I think I'm going to Close Flare Blitz you, get some damage off, and then switch to Amoonguss. I think I have to sack that. They Surging Strikes the Incin. Okay. Less GG then. I could disable you. Surging Strikes probably knocks me out, but I can just go for disable Calm Mind. They have to bite pretty hard here, not high horsepower though. If they protect and I preserve Terra Grass, I could win, so I'm going to go for that. Nope. Okay, so they just led the Calyrex, and I didn't realize they were Mental Herb Amoonguss, and I got absolutely cooked off it. What can I do differently this time? I could have Scream Tail on the board to just immediately Terra Grass and get Glacial Lanced. Could lead this, it's not great. I think Calm Mind was probably right. And I think I just attacked the Amoonguss rather than what I went for. And then Backmon probably has to be this still, and then they're not setting up Trick Room, are they? No, they're not. I feel like Amoonguss also has to be last. This is just a weird matchup, I think. Gotta be Fake Out. Yep, they set that up, which is okay by me, because we should just be able to go for a Terra Star Storm plus a Flare Blitz into you and take a knockout. And at least we'll have damage on the horse this time. And this also covers for a Terra Water because, yeah. So we take that knockout, we do a bunch to the horse, and now we should be able to bring in the Amoonguss. Or the Rillaboom. And they could Close Combat me, of course, but if they do that, should I just bring in Amoonguss? Maybe. Probably. Regardless, they're not going to knock us out here. They maybe U-turn. They could coach. Could definitely go for coaching. +2 coaching save them. Maybe. Maybe not. I think we probably knocked them out with that. Maybe not though. Hard to say. 2 close combats would almost certainly knock me out, but at least it would force a read. Yep, they coach, which is fine by me because I can go for another Star Storm. There'll be +4 U-turn. Woodhammer does 156 plus a stab boost, which is just going to do more than this easily. I think we knock them out. I really have to imagine we do. But it's possible we don't, so. Here's hoping. Wait, does Terrestellar or Earth Power do more? I don't know. I'm not sure which is stronger. If they live, we lose. Haha. Hate to see it. That's really good for us, obviously. Critting. BM, turn the timer on. By any means necessary. Yeah, I think Woodhammer probably KO'd. We did how much with Starstorm? 37. So we needed probably not a knockout, actually. Probably not getting there. Bonk, switch, bonk. Okay, so we get there, and then we have to win this next one. Okay, here we go. They led... The thing they led last time was kind of effective for them, I feel like, but I feel like we can consistently get the Calm Mind up and then maybe get Amoonguss in. They're not setting up Trick Room, which means Amoonguss is basically useless. In that case, we should probably go Rillaboom. Or, Urshifu instead of the Calyrex. Or the, yeah, Amoonguss in the back. Because I can taunt the Fergraph pretty easily. Yep, there that is again. We're going to go for Calm Mind. Probably just Fake Out again. No reason to mess about, I think. Well, maybe some reason. If they switch into Urshifu and Glacial Lance, we do kind of get in some trouble. Yeah, that'd be really bad. I don't know if I want to give them that, right? That'd be horrible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that'd be really bad. What can I do about that? Could Fake Out you. What did you do last game? I don't think you can just play that out again, right? Oh, they just played out again. Yikes. Okay. That's not good, obviously, but I can at least taunt the horse. Get some value there. Instead of letting them Swords Dance. That's unfortunate. That time they switched, but we stopped the Swords Dance at least. We could wake up still. I'm not ready to give this boost up, I think. I could tank this pretty easily and Ute Parting Shot out. And I think I should go for that into my Urshifu. They can coach, of course, which is annoying, but we probably have to just Stellar. They're coaching. That feels like a mistake, especially because we wake up. Okay, now we're cooking. Because we can Surging Strike that and force a defensive Terra. That's really good. Because they are not Rocky Helmet. They have no Rocky Helmets on this team. Now we have a pin on the Urshifu slot and a Surging Strike knockout into this. They have to switch into something that gets knocked out on the... Yeah, they can't even protect. Yeah, the taunt ends up being really nice, so kind of weasel their way out of that. I think that probably should have been Swords Dance or Icicle Glacial Lance to break my Terra Shield. I feel like that was ultimately a big mistake on their part, not doing that. Yeah, they have to sacrifice so much momentum to get back into position here. Leftovers healing me up once again. We have a double knockout if we want it, and then surging into the Amoonguss to KO it. But I could just Protect switch. Definitely could do that. Yeah, I don't really see any issue with Protect. Switch. I can always Grassy Glide you. I should be good here. I just have to find the 100% luck. Surge here. Double knockout. Bring in Calyrex, Urshifu. Profit with Rillaboom, Ensign, I think. Yep, that's the knockout. They can bring in their Urshifu, but to get the close combat off, they have to lock into... To knock me out, they have to lock into close combat, which is all good. And then I beat your guy with Amoonguss, so should be good. Lowering your defense is a-okay with me. And now we don't have to play the speed tie. We can just close Grassy Glide you. Your Terra Water. No defensive Terra option for you. We knock you out. Grassy Glide, switch. Yep, KO. We lose that Mon, but now we have this pin. They can Terrastalize, but we can close combat them and Fake Out. And just to confirm, they are not Covert Cloak. That should be GG. Yeah, tricky matchup, but I feel like the Taunt Ensign that showed the value of it. Unfortunately, the Scream Tail wasn't able to do much work for us. We tried it in the first game, but didn't quite go the distance for us. There is that. If they had gotten a coaching boost, they maybe could have won, but we crit once again. Yeah, didn't matter, but a bit annoying for them. Yeah, I feel like I adapted well in the third game. The second and the first game were pretty bad, though. Sometimes you try and force the Scream Tail, and against a savvy opponent who isn't just going to bite into your Encore Disable locks, it's kind of tricky. Whoa, pretty high ranked player, 1593. They have Miraidon, Ogerpon, their Quark Drive Pokemon is Iron Moth. That's going to do a lot of damage with Meteor Beam. Imagine that speed boost Meteor Beam, that'd be really, really difficult to handle. I do feel like this is a battle where Scream Tail could go off against the Miraidon in particular. I think Amoonguss is pretty cute as well. Terra Grass makes the Iron Hands a problem. Choice Scarf, Ursh. Not a ton of counterplay against that. And I kind of want to go for it. Swords Dance, King Gambit, that's of concern as well. I kind of want to lead Urshifu, maybe Rillaboom in the back, I'm not sure. Terapagos, Rillaboom, and then I think Scream Tail in back should be good. Okay, they're getting an attack boost right off the bat. They can Wild Charge or attack me. I think it's going to be Volt Switch here and then maybe Close Combat into the Rillaboom, which will be a bit annoying, but fine. I'd like to chip the Miraidon though. Yep, aggressive play. So switching into Rillaboom would have been good, but now we have the Scream Tail able to lock in this guy into Fake Out, which is really what I'm all about. Psychic Noise, Foul Play, that's all good. Encore, I think they have to switch, truthfully. But I don't get much value out of anything but Calm Mind. And I can just switch into my Rillaboom next. They're pretty high ranked. I'd imagine they switch. Yeah, into Miraidon, totally fine. Psychic Noise, once again, that's a-okay because they have to probably Trick Room or something. This could be Volt Switch into the Rillaboom, or the, this could be a problem. I think I can just Encore that and Terra Starstorm something. And I will go for that. What I don't want to happen this turn is for them to switch out hard into the... Okay, they would have just given me Encore, or Disable, which is annoying. Yeah, there's Electro Drift, not a knockout, not nearly, and we take the Terra Starstorm, does a lot. And then now we are just able to disable that and Terra Starstorm. Again, I guess a better question is, should I not? Terra Starstorm seems fine. Yeah, this is the value of this lock. We do a lot of damage with that, and now we can safely go for a... Honestly, another Calm Mind is tempting. Heat Wave, those are all good options for them. Yeah, interesting spot. But I think we should be fine. Miraidon switches out. We're protecting. I don't think they have a knockout even with special attacking boost. Yeah, they go for Heat Wave. That's definitely not it. Yeah, pretty happy with how I took control of this battle overall. And now we should be able to go for a Dazzling Gleam to knock out the Ferograph and an Earth Power. Or just a Terra Starstorm in case they Terra. Yep, we should knock out the Ferograph, and yeah, we also knocked that out, so. Really impressive showcase for the... Like, Choice Specs Pokemon really are difficult to use against Scream Tail if you're not pivoting in and out consistently. So good first game. We'll see how they adjust. I think King Gambit probably isn't great against the Scream Tail still, for similar reasons, but I want to get the Calm Mind up first and foremost. What did I lead? That felt pretty commanding. Urshifu. Okay. If they had Volt Switched into my Terapagos plus close combated, I probably lose, so I don't want them to have the opportunity to do that. I think I'm going to lead Scream Tail this time, and Amoonguss in the back maybe isn't good. Rillaboom feels mandatory to handle this, and then Amoonguss or Urshifu. I won without Urshifu, but can I do that again? Most likely no. I could see the Incineroar being good. But if that Moth gets cooking, I might need some help. They're a speed booster, so they can Energy Ball me. I think I go Amoonguss. Yep, this should be safe. Safe double protect, kind of. They can switch, but I think that's definitely a trade I'm willing to take. So they lock into a move. They have to switch into something that's threatening to my Terapagos, which is kind of limited. King Gambit would be annoying for them to have just because of Iron Head knocking out the Scream Tail. Or even, yeah, Iron Head probably does. But they're Kowtow Cleave. so they don't have a knockout. Friggraph, totally fine. We now just go for Calm Mind, Disable, and that's pretty good for us. They're likely switching out though, I want to say. Like this is free switch into the Iron Hands, I'd like to say. Should I go Calm Mind anyways? I think Calm Mind, Disable is still fine. Yeah, they just give it to me. Yeah, I can just Earth Power the Miraidon, honestly. Do a ton of damage on switch. Should I go for that though? I could Calm Mind. If they do anything, I'm losing value on this guy for sure, but I could get a Mungus in and I can't force a Spore if they get some chip off. I should be able to go for this though. Yeah, beating this guy might be an issue. I'm gonna target that aggressively this turn. Yep, we get some good damage off, but they break our Mon. Oh, this was a mistake, wasn't it? Yeah, probably so. So Insane would be solid here, but I don't have it, of course. I think I can pretty safely go for Spore into you, and if need be, I'll switch the next turn. Yep. That's totally... Oh, I forgot about that. That's not great. That's definitely not good. I think regardless, I probably switch Sludge Bomb that guy. Ah, I forgot they could do that. I forgot about Electric Train just totally invalidating this Pokemon. So that's annoying, but it is what it is. We underspeed them so we can kind of get tricky though. Is this a good play? Probably not. Just volunteering this. With a Heavy Slam, that is super high value for me. I will take that. Because now I can U-turn you Sludge Bomb, probably. If I can knock out the hands. I don't outspeed the Miraidon anymore, unfortunately, but I think that's okay. Yep. Miraidon, going to take a fair bit of chip that turn, and they are going to get this guy in with Tailwind about to end, but I think that's fine. I should be able to tank a Dazzling Gleam. Healing almost back up to full. This feels kind of safe. Rillaboom, Calm Mind, Rage Powder. Yeah, they Volt Switch, does a lot of damage, but they do not get the KO, so that's good. Does 2 Sludge Bombs knock them out? I have to imagine it does. Terra Starstorm, Sludge Bomb. Maybe might not get them, so I'm going to go for Terra Starstorm. This turn, maybe? Because if they set up Trick Room, I'm fine. If they don't, I'm fine. Yeah. I like our options here. With the Calm Mind up and full HP, it's going to be hard for them to beat us. Oh, we take away their Quark Drive. And they wake up on their Friggraph. That's kind of sad for us, but it is what it is. We can actually Encore Calm Mind if we want to. It's kind of tempting. Encore Calm Mind. Is that good? Yeah. Yeah, it should be solid. Yeah, I shouldn't have Terra'd this turn, though. No, I wanted to cover. I don't disagree with that play still. I'm going to go into this. I'm going to go Calm Mind. Encore? Or just Dazzling Gleam? If Miraidon comes in, doesn't really matter. I think I just go Starstorm. Encore? Just lock that. Is that necessary? I don't even need to do that. I think I just go this. Yeah, that's getting knocked out. Sorry, no Trick Room for you. Weird Helping Hand. Pretty competitive battle so far. We're back at full HP, but an Electric Noise maybe knocks us out. It's possible. I think I'll just Double Protect to scout it out. Volt, ooh, yeah, that's the value of Double Protect. That's the Wolf Click special. If you ever watch a Wolf play game, if he has the option to Double Protect, he'll almost always go for it. Which is generally pretty high value for that reason, exactly. I could tank a hit here. I think just going for Stellar Terra Earth Power is probably good. Dazzle isn't great. I think I just take the knockout and go for a Calm Mind Disable? No. Terra Starstorm. Does that even knock them out? We'll just disable them. I'm not certain this knocks out is the issue, because Miraidon's very bulky, and we actually tapped the King Gambit on switch, so that's all good by me. Now their damage into this guy is limited, and yeah, we're actually able to beat a pretty high rated opponent. So yeah, I think that was a really excellent showcase of the Scream Tail and this team in general. just the variability and options, even though they had a lot of threats to get around some of our Amoonguss options, it was well built in that we had options to hit them back. If we got the full HP, it wasn't that big of an issue, and we had options to turn off the terrain and get the Farigiraf asleep so that they weren't able to double us up and cause us issues that way. So really impressive showing for the team there. Okay, our opponent has a really aggressive special attacking team with a Zacian on there, but we will try our best. I think these teams are usually pretty exceptional against our type of team. But that being said, Scream Tail is also strong against them. I think Choice Scarf plus Scream Tail is kind of compelling to me. Yeah, I could lead Terapagos. That would be something. But the Focus Sash Chi is of concern to me. I think I'm going to lead Urshifu plus maybe something to threaten that Pokemon there. I could maybe Scream Tail back, Terapagos front. Taunt Torn's an issue too. I think I'm going to go Incin, Urshifu, Terapagos in the back. Feels mandatory. And then last will be... I don't think Amoonguss makes sense necessarily. Let's go Scream Tail. If they lead, kind of what I was expecting. We could just double into that. I don't think we'll knock them out with the Surging Strike, unfortunately. I kind of just want to bring them in range for a close combat. They switch, fair enough, but I think if we get the close combat damage, they'll fall to a Dazzling Gleam, and then we can maybe sweep them with Terapagos if we make good reads against their Zacian. If they get a double knockout here, it's going to be pretty bad. Ooh, Zacian takes damage right off the bat, though. I am certainly okay with that. I'm just going to Parting Shot you, and I don't love taking damage on this guy, unfortunately, but I might have to. Could Flare Blitz you. I'm just going to Parting Shot, though. That's a decent switch in, even though it doesn't look that good. They can Rain Dance, tank a hit, but I think I'm just going to go for this again. Behemoth Blade, making a read. They go for the Bleak Wind, and they do hit, but we get to pivot out here into our Terapagos. And weaken their Zacian a bit, if we want to. This Tornadus is really threatening. I really need to start answering it. I'm tempted to go for the Terra right now, just get some damage off. Bleak Wind's not going to do a lot. Sacred Sword's going to do a lot, but like ultimately won't knock me out, I think. Regidrago loses to Scream Tail in the late game, so it's just a matter of who's the last Mon. I can Flare Blitz you, and I think I probably should. Sacred Sword plus Bleak Wind might knock me out though. Without Citrus Berry, that's my main concern. I don't want to get taunted either. I'm gonna go for Terra Starstorm, hope that knocks out the Zacian, and a Flare Blitz into the Torn. They're taunting, yeah, so we caught them there. They go for Sacred Sword, doesn't knock us out. We should be getting a knockout on the Torn. We don't get the Zacian, we don't get either. Okay. Is that playable? They move first. Their Tailwind's ending. We switch. Do we? No, we Parting Shot ourselves. Yeah, that's good. They Behemoth Blade, they would have caught us, and now we take a double knockout in exchange for our Terra Shell. Which to me seems good because their Indeedee is only Psychic. We can just go for this. I imagine we tank this decently, and we go for Dazzling Gleam. Taunt will wear off in one turn too short, I think. Depends on their speed. Terra Dragon, sure. I feel like that's not knocking out Terapagos. Oh my goodness, yeah, just enough bulk, so we're able to clutch it out. And we can disable that with Calm Mind. Yeah, really close. They almost had the knockout there, but looking at the Dazzling Gleam damage, we should probably... I think it would have been really close, but I think they would have won. Okay, so that game went very dicey. They preserved their Terra almost for no reason, it felt like. I can get that same Fake Out Lock if I want it. I don't think that I should. It felt pretty flimsy, truthfully. If I can get a Calm Mind, I still won't even 2-hit KO their Zacian, which means they'll always be able to redirect around me, which is not fun. I think Incin has to come. Maybe not on lead, but it has to come at some point. I could go this. No, I can't Terra Dark, unfortunately. I could get a Calm Mind up, but to what end? I don't think it's that valuable against them. Can I force it with the Calm Mind set? I really doubt it. because Terra Dragon just like tears me apart, even if I do have the Terra Shift plus the HP. We could get cheeky though. I think with Scream Tail in the back, it's winnable. Chi-Yu, Amoonguss, maybe back Ursh. Just the lack of Protects is kind of daunting. Ooh, Trick Room option, interesting. Were we faster than their Regidrago out of Tailwind? We were not. With Helping Hand, they won't be able to knock us out. That's not the worst. I've seen worse. I have seen worse for sure. Yeah, this is going to be a Protect switch for me. Yep, that is fine by me. Because now I can Calm Mind and Dazzling Gleam. If I even want to go for that, I could also just go for... Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Should be getting enough healing to be okay. If they set up Trick Room, that's fine. They set up Follow Me. We're actually super chilling. This is definitely Disable, I would say. Yeah, because even though they go for that, we have disabled their Follow Me. We can go for a Encore into them now if we want to. Maybe should have gone for Stellar Terror that turn. Regardless, Draco's going to KO me, but Dragon Energy probably won't. They can Helping Hand though. Oh, weird spot. I think I go Protect, Dazzle. Oh, Ogrepon's fine. Ogrepon's super fine. Because again, they have to lock defensively, which is, yeah, I might actually beat them with the Urshifu and not the Terapagos, so I'm okay with that. I gain a bit of HP, but probably not enough to live the Draco. Well, how much did I live it from last time? 85. And I had, I think I'll live actually. They should just be able to hit me. That is a big problem. I think another Dazzling Gleam is probably in my best interest. They follow me, so we could have gone for Terra and then some option. They missed the Draco. Yeah, that's not great. I'm honestly fine. Like, if they hadn't, I would have gotten Urshifu in, and they don't have Tailwind, so I think that would have been a pretty winning position for me. And we can force an option out of them now. Heal a bit more, and Protect. So we're getting further and further out of range of that, and we can actually go for a Disable into that, I want to say, is good. Yeah, we can just 1v1 the Zacian, so if we knock out the Terapagos, we're good. If they lock Sacred Sword, we can Encore it, so I actually like our spot a lot. This is really the magic of the Scream Tail. It really just forces such weird options out of your opponent. Now they have to go in for the Sacred Sword, which is fine, because I can now switch in this guy and not take that much damage. I can go for a U-turn. Maybe even Terra Water Surging Strike is good. Plus a Encore into you if they give it to me. Because this forces them to follow me. Yeah, this is good. Yep, that's fine. They go for the Psychic. Now I have a knockout into this slot. Or maybe not a knockout, but I get Gleam, which is effectively the same. Yeah, we move first and we knock out. Cool. Yeah, this was an amazing game for Scream Tail. I'm glad we got to show it off. The Scream Tail against more balanced teams, I mean, we were even playing Tailwind and we found a way, so definitely very impressed with this Pokemon. We can now just go for a Protect. If they Protect, we Encore them. This is a super strong spot for us. Yep, they go for Sacred Sword, but we can just lock that, and we even outspeed them anyway, so it's not an issue. Yeah, really great game for the Scream Tail. So that will do it for our battles today, featuring both the Calm Mind, really defensive team with the Terapagos, and the Choice Specs one that got 3rd place in the VR challenge. If you guys enjoyed these videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to use the teams for yourself, I have them in the description, both the Pokepace and the rental code for the Calm Mind Terapagos one. I made a rental code in game for that, so if you appreciate the resources, if you enjoy these videos, once again, please subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said, peace, y'all.